So I've been in IT for 30 years and I've been in cloud computing for 10 years and I learned so much in the last 10 years and I'm glad that I'm actually able to become an AWS ambassador and going to share my journey. Most importantly, how can you maybe going to be an ambassador one day? If not, how an ambassador can help you. So next question is, tell us about you. What does your typical day in your role as an AWS ambassador look like? So my day is packed. Usually I start my day with some light workout because I need to pump my energy up. Both physical and mental need to be in pretty high because during the day we usually will tackle a problem. So being so, my day usually packing with three L's. One is car learning, the other is living, the last one is living, the last one is leading. So what does it mean? It means I have to learn. So every day I would, before I start the day, I have to learn first of all what the customers meeting is going to be, what will be the topic, and then quickly do a research and if there's anything new, maybe new services or maybe new technology, and so that I can apply that. The second part is living. So basically now I know a few things about AWS. So I know what are the standard solution, or I would say standards wrong, where I say I know many of those best practices, use case, white paper mentioned about it, but every use case is actually different. So that's why I have to adjust to customers' need or work with the internal team to change the previous solution to fit the model. And it has to be like dynamic, flexible, and also have to bring value to the customer. And the last one is leading. Leading, sometimes I call it mentoring or teaching. So I always have my day, at the end of the day, try to sync up with the team and maybe shoot a quick email with the customer or my contacts on AWS or other teams to make sure we address customers' concern or at least promise some solution for them, the best solution we come with, so that they can implement that maybe the next day or next few weeks. So basically, learn, live what you learn, and then pass on your knowledge to others by leading others or mentoring others. And how have you helped our AWS community and any contribution to be highlighted in the past quarter? This is what I find out is most excited about my new role as AWS ambassador. I start evangelize AWS as soon as I actually started studying, I would say this. So that's actually 4 years ago when I first started. I use AWS here and there, just a few services. But in order to be compliant, that's why I have to be AWS certified. So when I learned, I say, oh, there's many cool services or many good solutions. And don't even need to know advanced solution at that moment. It actually works. So basically after that, I started a meetup, internal meetup with the team, and then I encourage them how to learn. I myself go to find, study and find what other resources is available, what resource help me the most, what work for me, what doesn't work, so that the other won't have to go through the same problem. So for the last quarter, one of the highlight I would say is I met a guy on AWS Community Builder Group in the chat room. It's actually a different language chat room, which I put a connection. And then in one of the Mandarin speaking, which Chinese Mandarin speaking, he asked the question is, I want to be a AWS authorized instructor and kind of go through the program. Anyone can help me? So I thought he's going to teach the class in Mandarin, in Chinese. So say I can share what I know about the class in English, so maybe can help you, make you be like clear ICA, the instructor candidate authorization as smooth as possible. Then later on I find out that he's in English. Okay, so now I have more to share. I can even pretend I'm doing the class in English because I go for the English training. And I thought I'm going to be a mentor. Turn around, he's the mentor. He taught me a few things. He taught me how to present some topics much better than I can present. And he also and I work together, work on the pacing, work on the volume projection. So suddenly, instead of like I'm thinking I am teaching him, but then turn around, we coach each other. And the best news is like about 2 months later, he became an instructor. He actually taught a few classes. So this is what I'm thinking about being in the AWS community, being an ambassador is not you just talk about it, you interact, you engage, you also, if possible, just follow up with them. And do not think you are like, I'm a giver. No, you will you would take many blessings from them. Another thing is during reInvent, I was engaged with AWS community builder program for I would say about almost a year, and I basically read with some comment. But when I actually interact in person with them, suddenly you find out that this cloud computing is not only between you and AWS, it's actually between you, AWS, the customer, the whole world. If you have other language, other like solution native to your country or region, and those sharing will be help everyone to be better, because we can come up with a solution more like fit the model in general as well, or more specific for a region. So that's why I'm saying what I think the most important is not wait for people to ask you, but if you see and proactively engaging with others. So as an ambassador, you are outstanding contributor for the community. What do you do when you run out of idea? Any tips with other people? This is a good question. At first, I was thinking, hey, I don't have a great idea, and I cannot write like 10 pages white paper or like lengthy diagram of some solution. But as time goes by, I say all humongous big solution, all with tiny little pieces. Microservices. You don't need to make something crazy complex. You solve a simple problem, make it solid. Similarly, when I thinking about contribution, I asking people questions, and then just by interacting with them, I will find out what are their problem pinpoint, and then I see maybe I can find out one little solution, maybe a function or process change, or maybe some services doesn't exist, and I can pass a recommendation back to or suggestion back to AWS so that they can implement something to solve a very common problem. So the solution is don't need to be like big, just small, lots of them. Better you produce contribution or engage with context, I call context, every day with one or two small contribution, better than you think about that big contribution solve the world hunger problem, for example. That probably take you 10 years and still don't have a solution. So that tip is like engage, ask, find a solution, keep it simple, and deliver it daily. And if it doesn't work, that is already a solution. Tell others this solution doesn't work and this is why, so they can learn from that, then come up with something better. And how do you manage your time effectively and accomplish all tasks and responsibility? I would say sometimes people think about the time management. I would say time management is important, but something that in my case is more important than time management is a willpower management. If you don't willing to get up earlier, you miss maybe say 30 minutes you can do the studying or exercise. That's going to lower down your knowledge. They're going to reduce your knowledge and also reduce your energy. So that 30 minutes get up in the morning or stay late 30 minutes, depends on morning person or late person, can have impact. But in order to get up 30 minutes earlier or stay late 30 minutes is your willpower. So for me, it's I find things that help to empower your, increase your willpower. And when you have the power, when you engage something you enjoy and you see the value, it become a cycle. You will just pumping itself and keep going. So for me, is I will do something I think is hard because that means I'm going to challenge it, but I do know I may not be able to hit the goal as soon as I hit the goal fast than I do. But that helps me to make sure that I have something is larger than I can do it right now. So it's challenging. The second one, something you need to be able to enjoy. So if you do not enjoy something, then you will not have the motivation. Or even worse, if you think something is difficult, you do not find the enjoyment from that activity. That activity most likely going to drain your excitement and make counterproductive things. So time management is find activity can enjoy. You maybe listen to the music. Maybe some people love to do a Bible study, or someone love to do like some stretching, a little walk. Get your energy, your willpower up. Then at the same time, I will usually do things can be in parallel. When I was walking, like exercise, I can listen podcasts, or maybe sometimes I was like watching the video and then they're going to spin up the lab. Told you to take like 2 minutes, and that 2 minutes I look at the lab, go to Google and search if there's something similar. If not, I can simply think about this lab, try to solve what business problem. If I'm the customer, if I'm engaged with customer, then write down that business application. So that 1 minute is not waiting for the lab to spin up, but you actually start engaging the solution. And little did you know, next time maybe you come to a customer, they already have something similar. And because you do the lab and because you have think about possible solution, that will help the customer to have a solution. And that empower you to say, tomorrow I'm going to learn something different, something new. So the last question is, what for fun, what places you go and what you like about the AWS service? That's pretty simple. I visit Japan, Nara. I love it. Nara is known to be, they have the deer roaming around. They are not afraid of people, and if you have those called deer bread, they actually come to you. So it's like never feel that I can engage with, not engage, I can have such close distance with another, we so-called wild animal. But when we figured out that they just like us, we breathe, we eat, and we want to interact with others. And but you do need to be careful. Like for example, you do not have something. For example, some of them have the deer have a really sharp horn. You don't want that poke you. But other than that, it's fun. And the second part is what's your most favorite AWS service and why? Oh, of course, the service is a deep bracer, the virtual training. How can you spend next to almost nothing? You can actually learn machine learning, go to the race and win some prizes and meet many people. You can have, you know nothing about programming to you are the expert guru in data machine learning. They don't care. They just all want to have the come and go and learn. So that's what I like the most. So yes, being ambassador is a blessing, and thank you, Nestor. And I'm looking forward to share more ideas both on how to be a cloud, how to start your cloud journey, as well as how can we bring more value to the community. Thank you, Nestor.